From each happily ever after, every wish upon a star. Let's break down the movies that shaped who we are. From memory lane to now and everything in between. The most famous of films to the ones we've never seen. Decade by decade, all the times we laughed and cried. And with a little pixie dust, they will all take flight. Reliving the feelings, and we're trying our very best. And if they mean the same to you, please be our guest. So hop aboard, we would love to have you as we hang with a certain mouth, the whole gang too. If you love nostalgia stuff, we hope this does the trick. Thanks for joining us as we deep dive the magic.
Hi, and welcome back to the Deep Diving the Magic podcast. I'm KJ.
And I am Jeffrey, and we are back today with the 157th Disney feature-length film from October the 7th of the year 1983. It is a film called Never Cry Wolf. Never Cry Wolf is an adaptation, of Farley Mowat's 1963 nonfiction book. And we are firmly in the PG era of Disney films. But would you like to start us off with a synopsis about our 157th film, Never Cry Wolf?
Sure.
Want me to keep talking?
If you'll stop, I'll go. Okay. A government researcher sent to research the menace of wolves in the north learns about the true beneficial and positive nature of the species.
And nudity.
Spoiler alert.
Okay, so besides the nudity, what do you have to say about this film?
I feel like it was a film that didn't need to be made.
It has such glowing reviews online.
Was it really? I'm glad you thought so.
Doesn't mean I have the glowing reviews.
Well, I'm glad you don't.
But go ahead, talk about it. Tell me about your thoughts. Tell me about the film. Go ahead.
Okay, so this film takes place somewhere up north in the Arctic, and it has a focus of a study that wants to see what's going on with the elk population, because apparently the elk population used to be
It's like dwindling.
Yeah, it used to be very abundant, and now it's dwindled down a ton, and they want to know why. And their thoughts are it's got to do with wolves, and that the wolves are hunting the elk tremendously. So this guy named Tyler is assigned this project where he's going to go study them and find out why. Oh, sorry, it was caribou. Did I call them elk? I think I called them elk. Anyway, to find out what is the difference between an elk and a caribou.
I bet you he would know.
Let us know. Anyway, so he gets assigned this study where he's going to go research caribou and wolves and find out exactly what's happening and bring it back so that way they can hopefully, I guess, fix the caribou population. He gets a ride out to the middle of nowhere, basically, by a guy named Rosie.
When he leaves this toilet paper behind.
Yeah, that's going to help him get to where he needs to go by plane. And he's going to take all of his equipment. But then we quickly find out that the researchers that sent him on this mission have sent him with all the equipment he's going to need for this mission. And it's too heavy for this crap plane to take him anywhere. So the guy tells him, just that one over there, throw that box out. So he's throwing these wooden boxes out. And one of the boxes that we see when he throws it out busts open, and you can see it is full of toilet paper. I'm pretty sure that
he could have just threw his clothes out instead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not the heaviest thing.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we didn't need to throw that out. But there's also not a toilet, so I don't really know what you were thinking about doing with that. So hopefully it was biodegradable. I don't know. Or he could have left all the beer that he just purchased and put in the canoe that's attached to the underside of the plane. Could have left that. I'm just saying.
Yep.
So they finally take off and fly. On the way there, it's almost like the engine dies, and Tyler had been very nervous to start with about flying. He's not a big fan of flying. And Rosie is just like, it's fine. He grabs a tool. He tells him to take the lever, and then he starts flying the plane under Rosie's direction as Rosie beats something outside the plane. He's still halfway standing in the plane. I don't exactly know what he was fixing, but supposedly he fixed it. They end up to where they need to go. He lands. He drops him off. He starts throwing all the stuff out for him and then tells him, good luck. Hope we find you again.
Spoilers.
And he leaves him. He's like, well, I hope I can. He's like, well, what's my coordinates? And he's like, I don't know. I'm just hoping I can find my way home. And then this guy, Rosie, leaves him in his crap plane. He just flies home. Um, Several times. It's almost like Tyler has like a dreamlike sequence of being attacked by wolves.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And
That he's to hide in his canoe from
yeah,
Wolf.
well, he runs into this Inuit person who had sled dogs with him and a sled. And I guess from a distance, all he could see was the dogs and thought it was a pack of wolves coming to get him. So he hid under his canoe. Um, I don't know. The guy starts to leave him. He's trying to get help. The guy's not listening to him, probably because he doesn't speak English. And Tyler just runs after him and then passes out and then wakes up, and the guy has moved him and all of his belongings into like this sheltered area. I'm not really sure how I moved all that stuff about Tyler knowing, but whatever. But he's left again. So this old man is gone. And it magically becomes a spring thaw. It's 40 degrees and ice is dripping everywhere. And then we have mice.
Oh, yeah.
Tons and tons of mice. Um, he is he finds a wolf family, two wolf parents and their pups, and he is trying to figure out because he never sees them like catching anything big and eating anything. So he's like, what exactly are they eating? They have to eat. And then he discovers they're eating mice. But then he's like,
Hold on, let me cover the ears of Mickey and Minnie over here.
yes. He's like, but nobody's going to believe me that these large predators are going to sustain themselves on mice. So the mice start overtaking his tent area and they are in everything. And he pretty much is driven insane by them and he starts eating mice too.
It's true. He starts eating the mice. He is shish kebabbing the mice. Shish kemousing.
Cooking them on Bunsen burners. It's something. Anyway, so Otek, the guy that found him, the old man, um, he comes back with this guy named Mike, who I guess he adopted because his parents died or something. And in Otek's tribe, there are no orphans. So him and his wife basically adopted Mike. And Mike has no teeth. Well, he does have some, but not like a bunch. Like he's missing a bunch of his top teeth. And he smiles a lot. So it's like, okay, obviously, dude has no teeth. Um, we find out later that Mike is a hunter. And he tells um Tyler how you hunt wolves because Tyler asked him, why do you think they howl like that? And he says, because they get lonely and they're just letting each other know where they're at. So that way they can meet up. He's like, if you ever want to hunt wolves, you go hide behind a rock and howl because they get curious and they'll come find out what it is to investigate, and then you shoot them, and hopefully they die. It was the weirdest story.
This is
Anyway.
a very weird story, period. So
Yes. So he is going to go somewhere on his own, and then Otek is going to take Tyler up a little further north because there are caribou up north. He has tried to explain to Tyler through Mike, because Mike can speak English, that in his culture, the caribou, there used to be a lot of them, but they got diseased, and the diseased ones started mating with one another and then just kept passing on a disease. So his thought is the wolves don't eat caribou. They don't eat the healthy caribou. They only help trim down the numbers of the diseased caribou. But that's not their typical diet. And he's like, well, I've got to see this. So Otek's like, okay, I'll take you. So he takes him up north. I guess he's kind of discouraged because there's nothing there. And Otek has his little drum and he's drumming. And I guess Tyler decides he needs to go swim. I don't know. He goes and swims. And then it's like the longest nudity scene in Disney probably ever. And after he swims, he naked with just his socks and boots on, because I guess he puts his socks and boots on after he gets out of the water, but not the rest of his clothes. Not the rest of his clothes. And just kind of lays face down in the middle of a field. And just kind of like sunbathing, drying. I don't know. It was the weirdest thing that felt like it lasted probably 40 minutes, but it probably didn't. But it felt like it lasted 40 minutes. And then he's woken up to caribou running all around him. And wolves are chasing the caribou. And he is just like amazed at what he sees. So he gets up and he's running with them, just like full on naked Mufasa running through the caribou. And I can't believe what we're watching. And I thought to myself, if that was me, I probably wouldn't have laid there naked to go to sleep. Second of all, if that was me, I would have probably quickly put my clothes on. I just wouldn't have ran around naked with these animals, but whatever. And then he sees the wolves take down a caribou. And while they're eating the caribou, he like kind of goes over to the caribou and looks at it, and the wolves are kind of scared of him, which I also thought was weird. And they back up so he can see what they're doing. He looks at the caribou. He takes one of the ribs of the caribou and breaks it in half, and then it tells us in like the narrative voice that he was able to examine it and determine, yes, there was something wrong with the bone marrow. So Otek is technically correct, and it's a diseased caribou. They didn't go after any of the other caribou. They went after a diseased caribou. So this is something that he thinks he has proven correct. And then the next scene, we see him in his bloody hands, putting his clothes back on. He didn't go to wash his hands. He just goes to put his clothes on. This guy is so weird.
he is one with nature.
I'm going to say he probably contracted something from the mice he ate and has lost his mind.
Hold on, let me block the ears of Mickey and Minnie.
It's too late. They've already heard the story. So, anyway, he then starts to smell gasoline and fire.
As one does.
Yeah. And then he stumbles upon two men.
Too many men.
Was it two or three? I don't know. Anyway. And he realizes one of them is Rosie, the guy that dropped him off in the crap plane. Well, Rosie's got a nice plane now. And he's sitting there and he's listening to Rosie talk to these guys. And he's telling them, yes, like we can bottle the water from here and sell it because it has all these like special properties. Like if we could figure out how to bottle the air here, people would buy it. And apparently he's been running some kind of scheme because he then tells Tyler that he now has two really nice planes and da da da. He's got things have really turned around for him. And when he starts to pack his car up or the plane up, he is tossing stuff in the back, and you see like caribou parts, but you also see like a wolf pelt in the back. And he tells Tyler one of the weird things that he told him when he first saw him. He goes, "Oh my God, they gave up the search for you. They thought you had just disappeared. Nobody could find you." But then right before he leaves, he tells Tyler, well, just think, because he tries to get Tyler to go with him, and Tyler's like, no, I'm not leaving. And he's like, well, just think about it, and I'll come back and get you in so many days. I saw your camp. I know where you're at.
Smelt the urine.
First of all, they gave up the search for you. You knew where this guy's camp was, and you didn't go back for him to start with? Very suspicious. Anyway, so I guess Tyler starts to put two and two together. He's like, well, a flight for him to here to where I was is only going to take him minutes, but it was like a 3-day hike for me. So he starts heading back, and Otek is gone again because Otek just wanders off all the time. So he goes back, he finds where his encampment is, and he finds the pups of the wolves, but the wolves are not to be seen. And the pups are left in the den, and they're like crying and all this stuff, and he's like, oh my God. So then he goes into his like little encampment area, and Mike's there. And he tells him, oh yeah, I haven't seen Otek. He wanders off. That's what the old people do all the time, which was actually what I was about to do. And he's like, well, have you seen the wolves? Because their pups are here. He's like, oh, they probably went off. He goes, but their pups are here, and they wouldn't just leave the pups. And he's like, well, you're worried about something you shouldn't be worrying about, something that's much bigger than you. And then he smiles and he has teeth. So, not exactly sure who killed the mom and dad of these wolves. If it was Rosie and
Gustav.
his people.
Gaston.
Oh, Gaston? Gaston?
Gaston. Nobody hunts like Gaston.
Or if it was Mike, who knows? Because Mike's got a new set of teeth. Rosie's got two new planes. All sounds very sus. Nobody knows what's going on. And he gets his stuff and leaves. And he's also got a new gun. So, not sure if Mike did it or if Rosie and his guys did it, but somebody has killed the pups, and now Tyler is all worried about these wolf pups and what's going to happen to them. But in good Disney fashion, the rest of the pack comes for the pups, and they're not alone. But he cannot bring himself to watch them go, so he has no idea where they went. And then our movie ends pretty much.
Yeah. What are we doing to ourselves watching these?
I don't know. I I didn't have to watch that, but I did. And you watched it as well.
You can watch it too when you're a
Um,
completist.
Yeah. On the bright side, we didn't have to pay to watch it. And there was a few times where our dog was very interested in what was going on. Um, so I guess that had its perks. Uh,
It's just an odd film. Maybe you'd love it.
yeah, maybe.
And we would love to hear that you love it.
Yeah.
He pees everywhere. He's naked. He eats mice. That's our film.
Yeah. IMDb rated this a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, dude, I got like glowing reviews.
Obviously, somebody likes it. I gave it a 4 out of 10.
Glowing reviews.
I did not give it a glowing review.
So then what is your list upon a star read backwards now as we move in to closer to now?
All right. So my list upon a star,
Starting with number 10.
starting with number 10, and working my way down, is The Strongest Man in the World,
At number 10.
The Apple Dumpling Gang. The Apple Dumpling Gang runs again. Dumbo. Sleeping Beauty. The Parent Trap. The Fox and the Hound. Tex. 101 Dalmatians.
And your number one.
And my number one is The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, so my list upon a star does not feel naked without this movie, like that guy was. But my
For like 40 minutes, right? It felt like it was forever.
this whole film was forever. But maybe you'd love it. My number 10 is Pete's Dragon. My number 9 is Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Number 8, Alice in Wonderland. Number 7, The Fox and the Hound. Number 6, Robin Hood. Number 5, Peter Pan. Number 4, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. 3, Mary Poppins. 2, The Rescuers. And my number 1 is still 101 Dalmatians, which we will put somewhere around there. But we watched it. Watch it along. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Our next film, we are opening up a brand new Pandora's box. Our next film here. Our next film is only 2 days down the road from this one, just October the 9th of 1983. Film number 158, and it's also the last film of 1983, the last film of 1983 before moving to 1984. But we are opening up a whole new world because it is the first film ever released on a Disney Channel original film. So this was streamed on TV, and we are diving into that as we continue chronologically. The next film is a Disney Channel feature, and it is called Tiger Town, and it is about a different kind of animal, the baseball team. But before that, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for watching along. Thanks for watching this film. We are on all the lovely socials. If you want to come say hi to us on Instagram at Deep Dive in the Magic, Spotify, YouTube, where we can actually watch this happen. Deep Dive in the Magic. Your likes, your follows, your comments, your thumbs up, your telling your friends. It means a lot to us. Keeps us coming back for more because sometimes this film does not. If you want to write to us about how you like to eat mice, hold on, let me cover Mickey and Minnie's ears. deepdivethemagicpod@gmail.com. But next time we will see you will be for the first Disney Channel feature-length film, 158, Tiger Town, from October of 1983. But that's one we'll get to next time.
Thanks for deep diving the magic.
Bye.
Bye.